Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Antonio from Still Point Ayurveda here in Philadelphia, and I'm here to talk about this time of year. This time of year is what we know in Ayurveda as the Ritu Sandhi, or the seasonal transition, and there are several of these types of transitions. It's usually around September, around January, and around May, and this is when we're going from one season to the other. And it is important and has been practiced for thousands of years in Ayurveda and even Chinese medicine that during seasonal changes we perform certain types of cleansing. And so the cleansing supports letting go of whatever might have been accumulated in the previous season and prepare us for the following season that is on its way. And so for us, we're leaving summer and heading slowly into fall and winter. And this is the time of year that Agni, or the digestive system, the digestive fire, tends to get stronger. And so it's a good time to also cleanse so that we can utilize this metabolic function and optimize our cleaning up inside the body. And so in Ayurveda, we look at two basic concepts called Koshta and Shaka. Koshta refers to the visceral organs, the main digestive tract, and the organs that are associated with this, that processes the foods. And then through a process of transformation, we have the nutrients, the nutrition that has been transformed through this koshta that goes into the shaka, the soft tissues. And then this is an extremity, so this includes all the tissue formations, the muscles, the bones, blood, etc. And so we go from koshta to shaka. And when we're cleansing, it depends on what level of cleansing we are doing. Now in Ayurveda, we have two basic levels. One is Shamana Chikitsa, which is just palliative therapies that help to reduce and alleviate symptoms through basic practices, diet, lifestyle, things like that, that are going to support the body from any excess accumulation. And it's definitely for short term and more immediate, and can be long term if you're doing this regularly. It helps to prevent any massive accumulation in the organs and the tissues, and just accumulated, you know, materials that haven't been processed. And then Shodhana, which is usually associated with Panchakarma, which is a very intense protocol involved in detoxification. Although the word detoxification, as you've heard in my other videos, is not necessarily the appropriate term. Most people associate detoxing to cleansing. Detoxing has a very specific medical definition. And so unless you have labs to support that you have excess arsenic and lead and mercury and things like this accumulated in the body, which there are tests that determine this, such as toxicology reports, then more than likely detoxing is not correct. But cleansing is correct. Fasting can support the cleansing process, and depending on the dosha, constitutional makeup that you consist of, each type has its own version that supports itself within its own integrity. There's never a one size fits all. So sometimes these one size fits all 30-day group cleanses does not really reach or support each individual appropriately. But that's a whole different topic. And so this time of year, it's important to consider what is happening. We're leaving the summertime and we are coming into the fall, so the qualities of the atmosphere will change, generally to a colder and drier. And many people already are reporting, and I'm witnessing the level of dryness increasing in the atmosphere. Nature is also getting ready to go dormant, and so it's going to release its final pollen to support its regeneration back in moving forward in the springtime. And so this adds to the dryness in the atmosphere. So people might have seasonal allergies, upper respiratory issues, and sometimes even digestive issues to some point, depending on your constitution, depending on how you might have overindulged during the summer. And as far as during the summer, people are out and about and enjoying in spite of the pandemic. And the body still does its thing. Nature still does its thing. Seasons still do their thing. And so this time of year, we support clearing out anything excess that might have accumulated We target the digestive system because we need the digestive system. We need the stomach. We need the digestive enzymes. We need the metabolic process to engage here. And without it, the body will continue to suffer or begin suffering. If it's not there yet, it will get there if it's not appropriately managed. Therefore, cleansing is an important component through each transition of season, and that looks very specific to each person. It could be a light fasting, it could be mono diet, it could be a broth diet, it could be several types of combinations, or various types of combinations based on the person's lifestyle. And as a side note, for proper cleansing to happen, the lifestyle must support that. So it is not ideal to do cleansing, or as people say sometimes, detoxing, while they're going to work and running around. This is not appropriate. This is why certain retreat centers, people feel the benefits because they're not engaged in their daily practices, which detracts from the digestive capacity. It focuses the strength in the digestive capacity. Whereas, if a person is engaged in their day-to-day life and running to work and they're living their hectic lifestyle and still cleansing, not appropriate. They're not maximizing the benefits, and in some cases can cause more harm than good, especially during the transition of the season, because you'll be ill prepared for the following season, causing disruption in the digestive system. And then what's the point of that? When we go into the winter months with a healthy digestion, it's strong, it's roaring, it can process lots of information. And nature knows this, and nature supports us. So when you're witnessing the transitional components of the season, what are the fruits that are available? What are the vegetables that are available? What is receding? What are the things that are no longer available that were here in July that are no longer here in September or October? Nature is guiding us and supporting our well-being as long as we're listening. So adding seasonal foods in is important, and adding seasonal or appropriate spices. According to Ayurveda, each season is governed by a particular spice, and that gets micromanaged according to each person's constitution. And this is how we rotate throughout the year and support optimal health. Exercise is part of this. We can't just cleanse and not exercise, because cleansing has a dependency on exercise, vyayama in Ayurveda. And yoga can be considered part of that. It's very good, of course. Vyayama, exercise specifically, challenges the body in a certain way, and therefore that combined with the proper diet optimizes the outcome, which is better health. Exercising supports the body movement in many different directions. Yoga especially moves the body in directions where no other exercise does. And so the combination of some yoga, proper yoga for your constitution, and proper exercises for your constitution, proper diet for your constitution, proper cleansing protocols for your constitution, and mind practices. Because this is very important. During any cleanse, mind can be triggered. Even after 2 days of being away from your normal habitual foods, you can feel distress. And that's normal, and it's important to be supervised and guided through this process. So it's not always the easiest, but you get into a rhythm with it over time, and Ayurveda is great for supporting us and creating the necessary structure. So think about what your health is like. Think about what you're feeling right now after you're coming back from the summer, and what the year has been like up until this point. Notice any symptoms, aches, pains, digestive disturbances, mental afflictions, anything that the mind is feeling, stressed, anxiety, depression. That all starts to increase now anyway, because we're going into Vata season. So if you're prone to anxiety, then this is when it will increase. So I hope this was helpful. Please drop me a note. Let me know what you're thinking. Private message me. I'm always open to working with new patients, and it is exciting to be part of the journey and supporting people in better health and well-being. And I love being of service. Stay tuned for other upcoming talks, and I look forward to hearing from you all. Have a great day. Namaste.